off to the races.
How's it going, movie fans? My name is Jonathan. I am a man of movies, and welcome to It's Off to the Races. Ladies and gentlemen, next to me, I have the one, the only Shawn Jackson from Lost in the Real. Shawn, how are you? How excited are you to talk about SAG nominations today?
I am actually really excited to talk about these nominees. Honestly, more excited than I was for the Golden Globe winners, probably because the Golden Globes were such a dud this year. But I'm excited for this. How are you, John?
I'm doing good, and I think I'm on the same boat with you. It's not a surprise that you are looking forward to SAG nominations and the SAG results more than you are for Golden Globe. I'm the same exact way, man. The Golden Globe nominations were the winners were the whole thing was a dud. You could check that out in the last episode. So here's the thing: if last year's ceremony for SAG was my favorite ceremony of all the awards that season.
Same. Yeah,
and it was
the
1
award
hour.
ceremony itself was great. Yeah,
and it was just a 1 hour ceremony.
The 1 hour SAG award show was great. It was compact. Yeah. It was entertaining. They had some good presenters, so I'm excited for it this year.
Really quick, before we go into nominations, what are you expecting with SAG nominations right now?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I mean, these are people in the industry that are voting from the acting branches, and I don't know. I think we're gonna see a lot of the usual suspects show up here, but I usually SAG always throws in some curveballs that are really exciting too. Yeah. So I am excited to see those curveballs, and hopefully that might kind of mix up the race a little bit, add some excitement.
I can definitely see this mixing up the race, and I think whatever happens during the ceremony, whoever wins for SAG is a really clear, not all the time, but because this is for actors by actors. When it comes to the acting categories for the Oscars, I can see this being a really big hurdle.
Absolutely, I agree. If they're able to win here, they have a very, very good shot to winning the Oscars.
That being said, Shawn, I want to start off with you. What's the first category that we got nominations for?
So the first category is Outstanding Action Performance by a Stunt Ensemble in a Motion Picture. Now, granted, this isn't really going to affect the Oscar race at all, but it's really fun to see what they nominate here. So the nominees are Black Widow, your favorite, John, Dune, The Matrix Resurrections, No Time to Die, and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Ooh, so, I like this. I like this. Here. Yeah, but I like this lineup more than I did last year.
Mm-hmm. There wasn't a lot of action last year, though, granted.
No, like you said, no Spider-Man here, but what would you take out to add Spider-Man?
The Matrix Resurrections, probably. I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, there was probably some really good stunt work in that. I mean, I enjoyed The Matrix Resurrections. I also like Black Widow, maybe, but when it comes to stunts, all of these are really good nominees. But I would say the winner, at least for me, that I would take would be No Time to Die.
I would go for Dune.
Okay.
Yeah, I would go for Dune. I think there was a lot of really good stunt work in Dune. There was a whole sequence toward the middle of the film when they're on Arrakis and they start invading. That whole sequence there I thought was really good. No Time to Die is my number 2. I'm with you there. It is also great with I wish the Oscars gave like a little stunt award. It doesn't even have to be televised, but give it to, because stunt work in a film is crazy.
Absolutely. I mean, they're 100, and the SAG also does, ensemble work as well, which I think the Oscars should adapt to. I mean, stunt work is insane. The amount of work that goes into it. These people are risking their lives. They should at least be able to get a gold statue for their work.
But I'm with you. I would love to see the Oscars implement an ensemble award before a stunt award, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It's, I mean, and we're doing it for the Rubber Duckies and Ensemble Award, and you really have to look like because in ensemble it's like every single player has a part to play within the story, and everyone comes together in such a harmonious way. So I really hope the Oscars will do it sometime in the future.
That being said, let's move on to the second category that we got nominations for, and that is for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Supporting Role. Nominees are Ben Affleck for The Tender Bar. What?
I was not expecting SAG to do that.
Bradley Cooper for Licorice Pizza. Troy Kotsur for Coda.
He's in.
Jared Leto for House of Gucci. And Cody Smith-McPhee for The Power of the Dog. Wow, this is more controversial than the Golden Globes.
100%. I mean, they left out the Belfast Boys completely. No Kieran Hine, no Jeremy Dornan. So now we have Ben Affleck. I still haven't seen the movie. I'm actually looking forward to it, but I just hear very middling reviews. And then Bradley Cooper is like a glorified cameo in Licorice Pizza. This is where I was hoping they would do Woody Norman, but that's over with.
Why am I disappointed at SAG here? It doesn't make sense to me, bro, because I expect this crap with Golden Globes, but the Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is more of a popularity contest than the Golden Globes even pulled off, because
really?
Bradley Cooper and Ben Affleck, they're big stars, so it's like, let's give it to the biggest star. I feel like that's the only reason why they're here. Because are those the best supporting actor performances from last year? I don't think so.
No, I mean, I'd give it to the Belfast Boys, and we were talking crap about them in the Golden Globes episode. I think it's very clearly Cody Smith-McPhee's award to lose, but still very controversial picks overall. Jared Leto, I kind of said that a couple months ago that he was going to start getting in for some awards consideration here for House of Gucci. Here he is for Screen Actors. Troy Kotsur, I think, is going to be a lock all season long. I don't think Cooper or Affleck will. I'm not taking it as that too seriously, to be honest.
I mean, definitely not Bradley Cooper, but seeing Ben Affleck get in twice now in the Golden Globes and in Screen Actors Guild, this is quite interesting. We might see that continue. Bradley Cooper, I think this is just a one-offer. That's just how I feel. That's what I feel. Jared Leto, we haven't really been seeing him pop up anywhere, but we did kind of feel, especially you, that he was going to show up, and here he is. Now, here's the question is, do you think this makes Troy Kotsur and Cody Smith-McPhee locks for the Oscars?
Man, I thought the Golden Globes made them a lock for Oscars. So if this says anything, yes. To answer your question, yes, I think so. I just wasn't expecting this from SAG. I thought it was going to be a little bit more sophisticated, whatever that means.
Well, I mean, some people would disagree. I mean, some people love Licorice Pizza, and they think Bradley Cooper had the best scene in the film. I actually would agree that he has the best scene in an overly mediocre movie. But, I mean, it is a glorified cameo. He doesn't show up really anywhere else in the movie besides this little part. So it's quite interesting.
Well, Licorice Pizza is not overly mediocre, and two, I would love for you to send me their way, because I don't know a living soul that said Bradley Cooper is one of the best supporting roles of the year. I haven't heard it, at least. I haven't heard it either. They're saying that scene is one of the best scenes in the movie, but no one's saying like he has the best performance. Outstanding performance by a female actor in a supporting role. We have Katrina Balfe for Belfast, Cate Blanchett for Nightmare Alley, Ariana DeBose for West Side Story, Kirsten Dunst for The Power of the Dog, and Ruth Negga for Passing. Who's missing here, John? Anjanou Ellis. Hold on. This is, yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
Anjanou Ellis is missing.
I thought she was gonna win the SAG.
You said that in the past, right? In the past
I thought she was
episode?
gonna.
She's not even nominated.
What does that say? Does that mean much to anyone? Because Anjanou Ellis was getting a lot of talk, but now we're seeing Ruth Negga, second
Ruth
time being
Negga.
considered for a big award show.
Yeah, Ruth Negga, I mean, who I thought was a one and done situation. That was Globes, right? Ruth Negga. I thought it was a one and done. So seeing her here again is really interesting. I do think that Ruth Negga has a much more substantial role in passing. I think it's phenomenal. So personally, I would rather see Ruth Negga get in here than Anjanou Ellis, just because of the fact Ruth Negga has so much more screen time. And then Cate Blanchett for Nightmare Alley, that's a curveball.
Curveball, but a great role nonetheless, because I really did like her in Nightmare Alley.
Yeah, I loved her in Nightmare Alley. I didn't necessarily love the change in scenery, the fact that the movie switched gears so much, but as a performance, it's fantastic.
So much more deserving than Ellis.
I agree.
So I'm happy.
I think this is the SAG doing it right, in my opinion. Whereas the last one wasn't great. This one's a lot better.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I still haven't seen Passing. So I can't say much on Ruth Negga, but like she's getting a lot of consideration as of late. Do we still see the Bows winning here, even with the brand new inclusion of Cate Blanchett?
Yeah. I think it's hers to lose. I mean, it's just such a great performance, Ariana DeBose. Yeah, and with Ruth Negga, I don't love the movie, but she is the best part of it. So seeing her get some attention here it's exciting.
Well, to talk about her for a second, because I don't know what other people may think, but I find her to be the outlier here. Do we see her making it to the Oscars? She's got the Golden Globe nomination. She's getting the SAG nomination. Do we see this continuing all the way up to the Academy Awards?
I would need to see her pop up in a couple more to really feel that. I'm still not feeling like it's for sure, but I think it's a very big possibility that she gets in for the Oscars now. And Cate Blanchett, I mean, we'll have to see her show up a couple of other places, but that's a good sign for her.
To backtrack a little bit, because we were talking about how this is the Bows' to lose. The Bows won the Golden Globe, but there's a big possibility here that Stunt starts rolling here. Getting the ball rolling here, Shawn.
100%, and I would love to see that happen. I do personally, out of the nominations, I would like to see Ariana win, but I mean, Kirsten has to get the ball rolling here because she's being nominated everywhere, but I just don't she's gonna start fading.
All right, let's move on to Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Leading Role. Nominations for SAG are Javier Bardem for being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom, Will Smith for King Richard, and Denzel Washington for The Tragedy of Macbeth. Okay. I get Bardem.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem that's the big one. Who else would be in there? I know people were talking about Dinklage for Cyrano. People like us want Cage for Pig.
Yes.
But Bardem,
I was really hoping to see Cage pop up here. That would have been the steam that he needed to go ahead. Javier Bardem, I don't know how I feel about that. It's not a bad performance by any means, but you stack it up next to these other performances, and I don't know.
I may not have a certain name in mind, but this seems to be the safe bet. I do kind of see Bardem making it. Yeah, because I don't have a name in mind. We're talking about Cyrano, but is Cyrano going to be that good of a film that critics and audiences love it, that it's going to get consideration? Pig, it doesn't seem to happen. I wish it does. I wish it would, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Bardem was for Globes. He's here for SAG. I can kind of see it only because it's an Aaron Sorkin film that's getting critical praise and where the leading actress is also getting awards consideration.
Yeah, I do. Maybe he piggybacks off of Nicole Kidman's performance. Not to say I don't love Javier Bardem, because I do. I just think that if you're gonna nominate anybody, nominate Nicole Kidman. Javier Bardem, I'm just not really excited about that performance at all. It's just kind of, I would be far more excited to see Peter Dinklage get in there, even though I haven't seen it.
I was gonna say let's watch the movie because maybe you'll change your mind on that. And the rest of the guys here seem to be locks. They've always been locks in our heads, and it seems to be the case here. But they Cumberbatch, Garfield, Smith, and Washington.
Yeah.
Smith is the one that people have been saying is gonna make it, is gonna be winning all awards season. But just because he got the Globe, just because he's got a couple of the smaller awards here, and he's getting the talk again, it could change. It could change. We could see Cumberbatch. We could see Garfield, who won the Golden Globe this past Sunday, go and surprise us. This could be the surprise award of the night.
Yeah. And this is just me talking personally now. If Cumberbatch, Smith, or Garfield, who, in my opinion, I think those are the top three. If any of them win, I'm going to walk away happy.
I'm more interested in this award just to see if they throw a curveball.
Yeah.
That's
definitely.
what I'm interested in.
I mean, Jesus, watch them give it to Javier Bardem. that would just be like, whoa, what?
What's the next category, Shawn?
We got Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Leading Role. Okay, we have... Have you seen this yet?
Who's the first one? Is it someone crazy?
Hey. You haven't seen this yet, have you?
Who got nominated that you're like this?
Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, Lady Gaga for House of Gucci, Jennifer Hudson for Respect, and Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos. Kristen Stewart.
Bro, you can't tell me this. Shawn, you cannot tell me that Jennifer Hudson got in for SAG and not Kristen Stewart, because that is an utter travesty. That is a travesty. Are you serious?
I'm not kidding. Like, that's why my mouth was agape. Like, I literally, I can't even wrap my head around this right now.
Tammy Faye, I get it. Coleman, I get it. Gaga, even though it's crazy, I get it. Nicole Kidman, I get it. Hudson over freaking Diana Spencer over Kristen Stewart? That makes no sense to me.
This is the worst of curveballs I could expect. I don't like this at all.
It's not even fun. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
you know? It's not one of those curveballs like, whoa, wow. Nicole Kidman won for the Golden Globe. No, that was like fun. That was funny, right? This is not even funny.
No.
Kristen Stewart was arguably the best female performance of the year. If you don't think she was, that's fine. But you can't tell me that you don't think she should deserve the nomination.
A nomination? Like, I was shocked that she didn't win the Golden Globe, and now she's not showing up here for SAG. This is not boding well, and this is not what we had envisioned. I thought Kristen Stewart, out of anybody, I thought that was a lock. We were done talking about it. And now we get this crap. This is crazy.
You know what scares me about this, Shawn? Isn't the Screen Actors Guild, is that whole group the ones that vote for the Oscar acting nominations?
That I don't know.
Because I'm asking because is this gonna transfer over? Is Stewart not making it to the Oscars?
No, it doesn't transfer over. I know that there's other voters for the Oscars, but there's going to be some people who voted for SAG who are also voting for Oscars.
Makes sense to me. Gotcha.
Yeah. So we're not getting literally every single one of the. It's not going to transfer over. but it could very well be close to this.
I don't get this. I don't get it, Shawn. Is this like, oh, she was in Twilight, so let's not give her the nomination?
No, we're better. We're better than that, right? Like we shouldn't be doing that.
You're right. But why is
it's
Hudson
the
here?
performance. I don't know.
This is personal now. Personally,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm taking this personal, SAG. Okay. Hudson was not. I didn't find Hudson too good in Respect. He was the best part of Respect. Respect is one of my lowest films of the year.
Yeah, I didn't bother to see it, so I can't necessarily like gauge her performance and what I think. What I can gauge is how great Kristen Stewart's performance is, and that it should at least be getting a nomination here.
This is Kidman's then.
Yeah. It's Kidman's. I mean, unless they throw another curveball and give it to somebody else.
Lady Gaga's winning, ladies and gentlemen. Lady Gaga is winning.
I mean, they didn't nominate Kristen Stewart, so I could see anything happen here. I mean, watch them give it to Jennifer Hudson if they thought she was that damn good.
All right, guys, we're moving on to the very last category after that crazy category that was actress. Last category of the night is outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture. Nominees are Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, House of Gucci, and King Richard. No West Side Story. No West Side Story. No West Side Story. West Side Story. This breaks my heart.
Did the Power of the Dog get in there?
The Power of the Dog did not get in there, Shawn. This award was basically get all the movies that have like the most like A-list actors and nominate them. But then how is King Richard here when I personally don't even consider it to be an ensemble piece? And like I mentioned in the Golden Globes episode, for example, like West Side Story.
Yeah.
And yet King Richard made it in and West Side Story did not.
I mean, Belfast, I understand. Coda, I get it because there is a good, I mean, the family and then the teacher and the boyfriend. There's a nice supporting cast that are all strong there. Don't Look Up, I figured as much, even though I think they're so much better this year. House of Gucci, so Don't Look Up and House of Gucci is them trying to pick what you said, the biggest names in the industry. And then King Richard, I don't understand it at all because like you said, it's about King Richard. And yes, there's some really nice performances outside, like John Bernthal, the two girls who play Serena and Venus. But as an ensemble over West Side Story,
I'm disappointed here. And
yeah.
It's nothing against some of the films that are nominated. I think Belfast is great. I know you love Coda. King Richard is alright. It's not the worst film of the year. House of Gucci I haven't seen. Don't Look Up I thought was a big fat mess of a movie.
Yeah, it is. This is so bizarre to me. I mean, I definitely, like not giving Power of the Dog any recognition, which has a fantastic ensemble. Not giving West Side Story, which has a huge ensemble with so many working parts. Mass just didn't show up anywhere here. Obviously, people are not seeing that movie. There's so many better choices to have put in here than these.
If the SAG, Shawn, they're not voting off A-list actors, like you said, like Don't Look Up is one of those examples of them voting off like A-list actors, then what other way do you vote then? You vote, in my head at least, right? If I was a SAG member, I would vote, okay, so which ensemble of actors were able in unison to give a phenomenal performance?
Yeah.
And a lot of the films nominated here wouldn't even be in my mind.
Absolutely not. I mean, honestly, like we have our Rubber Duckies that are coming up. I mean, those are the ones, if you think about it, The Harder They Fall, West Side Story, Mass, a ensemble of performers coming together in unison and cohesion and harmony to make the film possible. That's what those films are. These do not, to me, exemplify that.
Dune.
Talk about a cat. If you wanted to give some A-listers, some recognition, go put Dune in there. Not Don't Look Up. I'm sorry, if they give it to House of Gucci and Jeremy Irons is up there and gets an award for his god-awful Italian accent, I might keel over and die.
I would probably go for Coda or Belfast. Yeah.
Out of these 5 choices, Coda or Belfast. Those are those especially, well, and Belfast too, but that's the whole thing. It's I don't know, I feel like they're ensemble. It's just the definition of an ensemble, whereas these others are not. Well, Don't Look Up is, but
I'm locking in my answer, Shawn. I'm locking it in.
Yeah.
I'm going for Coda.
Yeah.
I think out of all of these, I'm going to go for Coda. I want to see Coda spice up the awards season with a win in ensemble, even though it might not mean much moving forward, but getting that win, it's going to get people talking about it.
Well, and this is, I don't know if this is a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, but a lot of Oscar pundits, they look at the SAG award for Best Ensemble as a precursor for Best Picture, for a Best Picture win. That's what they do. So that would technically be saying these are the top 5 for Best Picture. And I'm saying that's a whole bunch of hooey.
Absolutely. I think as of late though, Shawn, that's not the case anymore.
Not anymore.
Hey, let's see who ends up winning. We're disappointed with the nominations, but maybe the winners will be good.
And I will say this, the Golden Globes were very safe. All of the nominees, they were very when we were reading them out, it was almost oh yeah, that makes sense. So we do like an exciting awards race. We don't like it to just flatline and be the same things all the time. So even though I don't necessarily love these choices, I love that it's shaking up the awards race. So I'll give SAG that.
Guys, the question goes to you. What did you think about the SAG nominations? Were you as shocked as we were, especially for Kristen Stewart being snubbed a SAG nomination? Comment down below. Let us know. This is episode 4. We have other episodes all across our own YouTube channels. You can find some on mine. You can find one on Shawn's channel, Lost in the Reel, and Dan from the Upside Dan was able to join us today, but he has the Golden Globe reactions on his channel, so go check us out. I'll link those in the description down below. And real quick before we leave, I want Shawn to tell us a little bit about the Rubber Duckies. What's up with that? You mentioned it a couple times.
Well, I would love to, John. Thank you. So the Cinema Squad, which includes me and John, as well as Dan, who's joined us for Off to the Races, as well as a couple of other of our YouTube friends, have come together to nominate our favorites of the year and what we generally think that the audience, audiences and our personal film community have loved and adored from the last year. So we have created a list of nominees, and we have a voting page for all of you to go vote for your favorites. And on February 6th, we are going to come together for a live ceremony. You can join us in the live chat, tell us your thoughts. It's going to be a fantastic time, and we're going to announce all of the winners for that. So I'm sure John will have a link to the voting page in the description below.
Absolutely. Please go out, go vote for what you thought was the best in film that year. Link down in the description. But before we go, I just want to thank you, Shawn, for being here during this half-hour crazy journey that was our reactions to the SAG Awards. Wow.
Well, thank you so much. I feel like a new person.
This is looking to be a tight one, folks.